Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Low Spec Labs. I'm in a different locale today, traveling faster than the speed of light across interstellar highways. Thankfully, I had enough time on my journey to stop and see if I could educate you a bit more about Cloudflare tunnels. More specifically, how to use the two-factor authentication features with Cloudflare tunnels. This video took me a few days because I had to do some research. Sweet, satisfying research. Before we continue, I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's been liking and subscribing my content. I appreciate it. I have one request to make for you. Please go ahead and hit subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know what you want me to make videos on. Let me know what subjects you're interested in. And the stuff that I feel confident in discussing, I will discuss. And the stuff that I don't feel confident in discussing, but that is interesting to me, I'll do some research on, and we shall learn about it together. These videos are about to start getting a lot more complicated. I went out and I bought a book on Ansible, which is a CI/CD platform. So we're going to be learning a lot about that, resharpening my Linux skills, and try to see if we can level up our experience level with nerdy shit. So this took a little bit of testing around with. I ran into an issue for a couple of days where I was not getting the Cloudflare 2FA verification pins on my Gmail address. So as a warning / heads up, if you're using Gmail, or I'm assuming standard, non-private domains, you might run into some mail flow issues with Cloudflare. It's just something I ran into, and I did find this article supporting my theory, but it seems like the issue was in May of 2023. It's now December 2023. I'm not sure if Cloudflare has resolved this, but I just noticed that was an issue that I was running into with Gmail addresses. When I switched to my 3.6 provided private domain email address, it worked. So if you're doing this, go ahead and use a private domain provider. You can use Microsoft 365 or something else. Or just don't use the standard like Gmail, Yahoo, Outlook stuff, because it doesn't seem to work that well with it right now. First things first, we log into Cloudflare and we go to Zero Trust. From there, we go to Access, Applications, and we define a new application. This application is self-hosted, so we select that. We call this Notes for our Notes application. We call this Notes lowspeclabs.org. We use the default logo. We do not tag it, and we use the default Cloudflare redirection URL. After that, we make sure accept all identity providers is enabled, and then we hit next. Looks like we need to next create a policy. We're going to call this Notes Allow. The action is allow. Then we need something to filter out requests. So emails ending in, and then the domain we want to choose is lowspeclabs.org. And then additional settings we're going to leave empty. Temporary authentication. And then you can leave the core settings alone. Scroll down and hit add application. Now, when we go to notes.lowspeclabs.org, it pulls up. And then of course this wants a website, or it wants a code. So in our case, it's going to be help@lowspeclabs.org. And send me a code. So we should have sent a code to that email address. Let's pull it up and see. And we had our code delivered. So let's copy that. Let's go back here. Let's click paste. Let's sign in. And that's it. Obviously, it brings up my Trillium Notes webpage, which then prompts me for another password, which I am going to enter now. And as we can see, we have that Trillium instance we spun up a couple videos ago, and it's working now. And now not only is it working, but people have to use the admin interface to get in. So now it's an additional layer of security on top of what you already have provided. Cloudflare is very useful. Thank you guys for watching this video. This was actually rather shorter than I thought it would be, but hey,